morning. It's me, Mindy. I'm finally back. I think last time I was here, I said I'll try to do something once a week, and it's been a month. So here goes. And that just will teach me not to promise anything like that again. And then also, I think my video was sideways last time. I think I figured out what I did wrong, but I could not figure out a way to fix that. I got online, and it seemed to be a problem in general for people to not be able to reorient a video once it was already out. So I thought, well, I can either delete it or I can leave it sideways, which is just kind of probably a good way to look at 2020. So we're just going to leave that last one sideways. I'm going to start this one new a month later, and we'll see where we go from here. So I hope you all are doing well. I'm going to make lemon white chip cookies today. Lemon's good and summery, kind of light and flavorful, and just, I don't know, just good and lemony. So I thought I would start out. It's early in the morning. The other thing that I've been having a little bit of an issue with is just finding time where all the people in my house aren't kind of right in this area too. So it's 5:40 in the morning. There's a dust in the air. And I have a few minutes before people start getting up for work and activities. So I'm like, let's jump on and see if we can get this done. Good start to the day. And hey, if you start the day with something good baking, it kind of sets the tone for the whole day. So it's kind of nice. So anyway, we are here. I have everything laid out. This will be just a real quick video. And I will let you know what we are doing here. So the very first thing we do is mixing bowl. It's going to be hard to see from here, but I have zested about 1.5 teaspoons of lemon, and all zest is, yeah, probably not be able to see it. It's the shredding or the shaving of the lemon peel, which always sounds kind of weird, but you just use a little bit of it and you mix it in with your sugars. It smells really, really good and gives it just that little bit of lemon taste. So I used kind of the outsides of 2 lemons just so you don't have to shred your fingers along with it, because it is kind of hard to do the little bit of shredding with that. But that is where I started. I'm going to take 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of white sugar. I'm going to dump that into the bowl. Then I'm going to use my new whisk that I got yesterday. It's so pretty, the silicone. Just going to kind of mash that together and kind of mix it in with the zest. It smells really nice too when you get that lemon peel going. Okay. I've gotten those 2 combined. Just looks like beach summer sand. Looks nice. Put that on the mixer, and I have softened overnight 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup. I'm going to put that in, and we'll just give this a quick little mix. Get that all creamed up. Cheers. Okay, got my recipe there. So we've got this all mixed in, your butters, your sugars, your lemon zest. And then, next up, we are going to, I thought I would remember this part. Sugars, butter, okay, pudding mix, eggs, and vanilla. It's 5:40, and I have not had nearly enough of this yet. Does anybody else set their coffee maker the night before, and then you get up and it's like, coffee? Best part of the morning, best part of waking up. The commercial was right. Okay, so I am going to now add in a small box of instant lemon pudding. It can be instant, but it cannot be sugar-free. Who needs sugar-free in baking anyway? All right, so I'm gonna pour that in. Try it that way. I have a teaspoon of vanilla measured out here somewhere. Here it is. Truthfully, I usually don't measure my vanilla. I just give it a good splash, but for the video, I just did a teaspoon, had that ready to go. Okay, the recipe does call for 2 room temperature eggs. I obviously just kind of got up this morning and got going, so I didn't have time to, I didn't want to leave those out overnight. It's kind of gross. But if you put your eggs into a bowl of hot water for 5 minutes, you will be fine, and you'll get that right to where you need that temperature to be. I'm going to take 2 of those and crack those in. That is just perfect. We'll mix that all in together then. It's always good to take a spatula after each addition, scrape down the sides of the bowl just so everything gets incorporated nicely. Oh, and one other thing. This recipe actually doesn't call for it, but I go ahead, I just cut either another lemon or one of the lemons in half, and I just give it a little juice squeeze. Probably ends up being a teaspoon again. Just gives it a little extra burst of lemon. Okay, mix that in there. And then we get to the part where we get to do the flour and the dry ingredients. I have to look back at my recipe because I pre-measured everything actually for the dry ingredients, and I want to make sure I tell you correctly. So it is 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then I just kind of pre-measured, put it all into a container. Go ahead and dump that in. Another good little mix. Smells really good. Maybe we'll have lemon cookies for breakfast. It can't be worse than a donut, I'm thinking. Okay. All right, now, since I have the KitchenAid and it's pretty strong, I always just add in my chips, and I set the mixer to mix them in. Some people will say stir in the chips, but you can do whichever you prefer. So this is 1 cup of white chocolate chips, which are not actually chocolate, but everybody refers to them as white chocolate. So 1 cup of white chocolate chips, in we go. Okay. So then you've got your cookie dough all ready to go. Now, I tried the other day when I baked these, I tried both ways. I baked directly from the time that I ended mixing, and then I also tried a cookie sheet or 2 of baking them after I chilled the dough. There's not a whole lot of difference with this dough. Sometimes different cookie doughs bake a little bit differently depending on if it's chilled or not chilled. This one didn't seem to make that much of a difference. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got my cookie sheet ready. I usually try to have a sheet done, which I did not have time for. For some reason, I did wake up at 3 in the morning. Like, you just wake up sometimes and you can't get back to sleep. And it went through my head. I could go downstairs and really take a long time and do this. And I thought 3 o'clock is crazy. It's crazy for cookies. So Little tangent there. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and scoop. I thought I had my little scoop here. Oh, I do. It's right here. I'm gonna use a 2 tablespoon scoop. It's gonna make a pretty generously sized cookie. And just kind of fill it up like so. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick because I'm gonna go ahead and roll these, and I'm gonna put 8 to the cookie sheet. If I were doing a smaller cookie, like a tablespoon, I would do 12, but these will spread out just a little. So I'm gonna go ahead and do just 8. Oh, and then the other thing I will do is probably a couple minutes before they are done completely baking, I'm gonna take just like an ordinary drinking glass cup. Let's make sure it's glass though. And somebody's out for their walk already. I'm gonna do that next. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna spray the bottom part of the glass with like Pam or non-stick spray, and then I'll gently press the cookie down a little bit to kind of flatten it, because this is one that it just needs a little help to kind of keep its shape, if that makes sense. So once I get these in the oven, I'll do that. My oven, I haven't even turned my oven on yet. I will turn it on to 375. And what I did the other day is baked it for about 7 or 8 minutes. Then I did the little press down the glass trick. And then I baked them for another 2 minutes. And then when they come out of the oven that way, again, I don't have a good visual, but if I did, they'd be lightly golden, crispy on the edges and still kind of look a little bit not quite set or not quite done in the middle. And that's perfect for these, because anything you take out of the oven that you've baked, it always bakes a little more as it's cooling. So if you get them completely golden and done, pulled from the oven, they'll be a crunchier cookie, which I suppose would be good too. I think I've got 8 of these already. I typically underbake almost everything by a couple of minutes, because it does take that time as it's cooling to still kind of bake. And you guys can still see me. I don't know, I just prefer, unless it's a specific cookie that's supposed to be an extra crunchy cookie, I just prefer things to be a little on the softer side. So that is what I will plan to do after I wrap this up. And these make a really cute gift too. Not gift, I mean, it could be a gift, I guess. But if you're just looking to take something somewhere, I made some of these the other day, and I put them in like a clear cellophane treat bag, and then I just kind of tied it up with yellow and white curling ribbon, and they're just summery and fun. So that's just a little something you can do. The other thing you can do if you want to is add probably up to another half cup of white chips. White chocolate is so sweet. The lemon does help cut that in this recipe. So I find 1 cup is plenty, but some people might prefer to have a few more chips in their cookies. So you can do up to a cup and a half. I just used a cup today. So I hope that is something you can enjoy making if you're looking for something lemony and summery and fun. I will try to get on a little sooner than a month next time, but I've learned not to make promises, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Can't believe it's going to be August this week. I don't know where the summer's gone. As one of my kids said the other day, this has been the longest and the shortest year, and I think that about sums it up. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.